So right now the Inkbird controller, which is set for 24C, is getting down closer to its set point, and it's basically calling for cooling right now, as you can kind of see that green light on. So right now, in that it's calling for cooling, this valve is open. The valve is actually open when you can see that little red line is parallel with the glycol inlet piping. As we reach the, as we get closer, once we reach the set point, it'll take a couple seconds. That motorized ball valve will then close, thus bypassing the chilled water flow to get our precise control. Right now, we're just cooling with the chilled fluid that's in the glycol tank of the chiller right now. The compressor and fan's not on, but now you can see it just turned on. And we're starting to chill again. But again, so we're at 24.7. And you'll see once we reach set point, I'm going to bring, as we get close to 24, I'm going to bring the camera over to the valve. And you can see that it's closing. Okay, so you should hear the valve as we reach set point. You'll hear a little noise. You'll hear some flow changing too. See, there's the valve closing. And you actually could hear noise that we're now bypassing some of the chilled water flow. Okay, so now we don't have any, on the glycol side, we don't have any chilled fluid going through the heat exchanger. You're going to get some residual cooling. You can see it dips below 0.2 of a degree, and it's going to stabilize, and now it's going to start creeping, there you go, another tenth. Now it's going to start creeping back up. We don't have much load here, maybe 100 gallons of fluid or so. In the real world, you won't get much creep past that point. So right now the valve is closed, the motorized ball valve is closed, and we're going to start, the temperature is going to start creeping back up to 24.3, and that's when the valve will open up again. With the Inkbird controller, the bottom is our set point. When you go through the parameters, you hold set for a couple seconds. That's your temperature set point. You press set again. That's your heating differential. We're not in heating mode, so that's not applicable. Our cooling differential, you can see we have at 0.3 degrees C. Alarm high limit, there's a little audible alarm we have at 40 C. Low limit we have at 10 C. PT is if this thing was controlling a compressor, which it's not. That's a compressor delay, so that's not applicable. CA is calibration, if you want to go plus or minus if it, in calibrating the temperature, if it's off a little bit. And then we just get back to our main screen. Our chiller, which is running right now, we have set at, let's see here, a set point of 18 in centigrade mode. I'm sorry, it's set at 16 degrees Celsius with a differential of 4 degrees. So when we get up to 20, the chiller will start cooling again. So what does that mean? That means you're going to have incoming chilled water fluid between 16 and 20 degrees. Preferably you want a bigger differential coming into the glycol side of that heat exchanger. C1, leave it in cooling mode on the chiller. D1 is a delay timer. Actually on this chiller here, it would be good to have a delay of 5 for the compressor start. And then we're back to the set point screen.